the Lindy effect.
I like the second movers. I like a bunch of companies to start and a bunch of them fail, and then somebody smart jumps in.
Well, there you go. Well, I got great news for you. I invented a second mover. I invented my own cryptocurrency. Right? Yeah. Okay. It went up 352x this year. Then it dipped. It's dipped 6 times, 80%, 70%, 60%. It dips constantly. But that's what happens is people love to buy tops and sell bottoms. And then they just give their money to the people that buy bottoms and sell tops. This is one thing that Warren Buffett says.
Traders give their money to the smart.
Yeah. Okay. The impatient pay the patient in the markets, all of them. And so Hex basically does that, and it pays you. So I told you how to make yield on stable coins. Hex pays you yield, but it's not a stable coin. So the average yield in Hex, it's the first economic instrument in the world ever where people are locking up millions of dollars for 15 years at a time and they cannot get out. So if you buy your 30-year bond, you can sell it. You can get the fuck out. You're not in for 30 years. But if you lock up your Hex for 15 years, you are locked for the 15 years, unless you want to lose a lot of money. If you want to lose a lot of money, then you can end your stake early. So if you end it at half the time, you lose all your interest, but you keep your principal. And if you end it at less than half the time, you get murdered with fees and penalties, and it benefits all the other stakers. So I took the time deposit in a bank and I just copied its parameters and I put them on the blockchain. So if you look at your bank and you look at CDs, they pay you 20% more interest every extra year longer that you lock. I just copied those parameters. I said, okay, in Hex, we're going to have a constant rate of inflation, just like Bitcoin does. So right now, Bitcoin inflates at like 1.89, something like that. In the 10 years that existed before that, when it went from a penny to $20,000, when it went to 20K, its inflation was about 3.89%. So I said, all right, well, let's beat what it did at 20K. Let's go to 3.69. Let's get all of our hyperinflation done within the first year, allocate all the coins. We gave them away for free to Bitcoin holders. You could also transform Ethereum into them back during the first year. Can't do that anymore. And now what we have is something that has a base inflation rate of 3.69%, but it's unlike inflation Bitcoin. Inflation Bitcoin, they murder the environment with. It's literally proof of waste that they give to the miners to go destroy the environment to secure the network, which is okay because you end up with a secure network, I guess. But in Hex, we don't have to pay the miners because we're just piggybacking another network that already ate that cost. So Ethereum is already eating the paying the miners cost, and they're already having their price harmed by the paying the miners cost. And we're getting all of the security benefits without having to pay the miners block rewards. And so inflation in our system is really just like a stock split because you're the one getting the extra shares. The only people being diluted.
Inflation, you're talking about the number of
new coins, new Hex that are being created. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So the only people in our system that get deflated or, diluted are the people that aren't staked. And so in our system, stakers make on average about 38% per year APR in Hex. Now look, if Hex goes up a lot, those two multiply and compound and become a very insanely large number. And that's historically what's been happening. But if there's a dip, it could cancel out your APR gains, right? So, and it's just a highly volatile market. But what I know is I've got less negative externalities. I've got a better brand. I've got a better logo. I've got a more dedicated community that's tattooing the logo on their bodies all over the place. People just go crazy for it because it trains people to do the only thing that actually works in investing, which is buying and holding and not getting chopped up, not leverage trading. And imagine how many people sold Bitcoin earlier. Almost everyone in the history of the world sold their Bitcoin lower.
Anybody that didn't try.
Exactly. And so if they could have been paid to hold, it's just amazing. So Hex is proof of hold and Bitcoin's proof of waste